Hi there, today we're going to be looking at Rad Gravity on the Nintendo. First off, we're going to take a look at the artwork on the box. You got Mr. Rad Gravity hanging out upside down, feeling the radness of the gravity, if you would. But there's one cool thing on the box right here. It reads, Rad Comic Book Inside. So let's open it up and take a look for the comic book. First, you got the orange game. This is kind of cool. Not so often see the big orange label, but what we're looking for is the comic book. You may think it's upside down, but don't worry, that's just rad. So we open up the comic book, you can see we got a little artwork, or the adventures of Rad Gravity. See, it's actually pretty well done. It's not in color, but the artwork is pretty interesting. There he is, Mr. Rad himself, standing there all triumphant. Or not near the end, so it must be, his pre-game speech. I don't know what to call it. Let's just kind of flip to the final page here. And you can see the Rad Gravity is fighting a shark upside down. And before we get into the game, I'd like to say one more thing about the box. On the back, you got get upside down, but it's not backwards. It's just upside down. Because you look underneath it, in the greatest space adventure ever, is going the other direction. So already this game is kind of let you know what the theme of it is going to be. Rad Gravity, the raddest space adventure around. So the game starts off with Rad Gravity himself floating in outer space, looking pretty rad in his gravity-less environment. Let's get going. We start off with a flashy cool screen and a level select menu. The goal of the game is to go to different planets and be as rad as possible. Let's go to this one and show them how rad we are. So first level of the game, you got some cool dudes hanging out on rooftops. Let's see if we can join them for a party. He's swinging his thing around and he's not very friendly. The party invitation must have been lost in the mail. But it's a cool scene, you got the flashing lights, the city landscape. This is off to a good start. So one thing I really like about this game right off the beginning is how the enemies explode when you hit them. A pretty rad way to go. I know I should feel a certain gravity to the situation here, but I'm just too rad to care. And then you encounter enemies such as Floating in Bathtub Guy. He's gone, but wasn't he cool? Oh wait, he has a twin brother. Twin bathtubs, or just, reappearing enemies. So right away, we can tell that the radness is just oozing out of this game. Anyways, on to level 2. We enter this blue laboratory looking thingy. There's elevators, there's transporters, there's flying explodey thingies only because we hit them with our sword, and robots. Eventually you make it to this transporter and sends you into this cool computer world. Rad is taking on a different look, looking even more rad than he usually is. He's got to dodge electrical beams and all sorts of funny creatures. Go Rad go. Eventually you do make it out of the computer world and back to your rad reality. Radality, if you would. The gravity of that joke did not go over my head, but I'll float on that one for a while. That takes us out of the radiator of the computer world. Welcome to the next level. This one starts out with two guys stealing your computer. Rad is concerned because his search history has not been cleared, and he is in a hurry to get his computer back. You must make your way through this junkyard filled with spooky ghosts. Floors are made of lava, bubbles to bounce on, and all types of rad dangers in the way. Eventually you find the vehicle that the thieves were driving. Go get your computer back, Mr. Rad. You encounter the guys who stole your computer earlier. They have looked up the search history and are running away in fear. And because of that, your computer has turned on you. Oh no, what have you done, Mr. Rad? So now that you've made it back to the same part of the level, you need to go and do things a little differently. Last time the computer turned on you, but all you have to do this time is just pick it up above your head. As simple as that. Way to get ahead of the game there, Mr. Rad Gravity. With the computer safely back in Rad Gravity's possession, he has cleared the search history and is ready for the next adventure. Rad Gravity finds himself in a very orange-looking level. Rad thinks to himself, orange-eyed glad that it is in a different color. So you make your way through the level, getting grabbed by hands that are a little too handsy. humped by animals that are a little too humpy. After not having a very rad time, he finds himself at a dead end. On to the next level. Aren't you glad we're done at that one? The next adventure awaits. We find ourselves in the land of purple. We got this guy who you think is an enemy. Try to dodge him, jump around. But it turns out he just wants to talk to you. He is asking for help. Will you help him? You run into Buddy over here, who mentions a hidden portal, making it not so hidden all of a sudden. Way to go, bud. So you find the not so hidden portal and make your way inside. Buddy over here tells you about the killer robots and how evil they are. Make your way to the end and be the raddest rad you can rad. So I found myself against this robot I cannot kill. Not very rad of him. And try jumping on him and try shooting him. Either way, we're not getting past him. With that robot blocking the way, I've decided to go on to the next level. Not very rad, but the gravity has no hold on me. So at this point, I'd like to talk about the password system in this game. You got 1, 2, 3s, you got your ABCs, you got the $sign, you got left, right, up, and down, and to top it off with an exclamation point. So with that, we find ourselves in the land of dinosaurs. A dino DNA. Let that sink in. So you make your way past the Triceratops who are trying their hardest to topple you from your rad adventure. So at this point into the game, I'm gonna be honest, we're just kind of using cheat codes, gotta see the rest of the levels that are in the game. I haven't really been finishing the last couple ones, but Rad Gravity holds no rad joke down. Sure, why not? Fuck it. We've been waiting for this point in the whole entire game, where the gravity is as rad as it was promised. We are upside down, up is down, left is right. Well, not really, left on the D-pad still moves you left, and right still moves you right. But you got jumping dolphins, and jumping rad. So you jump down to this hole, or up I guess, I don't know, it's all gone backwards at this point. But anyways, you find yourself in this green kind of cave system. You got enemies jumping down when they're supposed to be jumping up when they're supposed to be jumping down, and blocks in the ceiling. Make your way through the upsies and the downsies and the jumpies and the oopsies and the upsies. That was an oopsie right there. Anyways, keep your head up or down. Either way, make your way through the ground. Well, that level was a real up and down adventure. Can't make heads or tails of it. But anyways, on to the next one. Here we find Rad Gravity on a boat. Would you eat green eggs and ham on a boat? I don't know. Does it float? The birds are flying past, so Rad Gravity better eat fast. And now we find ourselves in the Ninja Turtle level of the game. The turtles are unhappy. Their pizza arrived, but there was anchovies on it. You know how those turtles don't like their anchovies. Anything else is okay, but damn those anchovies. Ride the balloon, get away from the sewers, and make your way to what is going on. Rad and no! Leaving the turtles behind in the sewer, we are now making our way to near the final part of the game. Rad Gravity now must destroy the metallic tennis ball with a computer mouse attached to it. Inside the computer mouse is a brain. Outsmart the brain before it thinks of a way to defeat you. With the brain mouse computer tennis ball thingy destroyed, an old man pops out. "Are you a Pokemon?" asked Rad. "No," says the old man, "I was trapped inside the tennis ball. Thank you for saving me." At this point, the old man kind of gives you more of the backstory of the game. The big bad, the whole kind of what we were supposed to be doing. And then again, Rad's too cool for school to pay attention. But he's going to give us some useful information about the boss. He tells us to use the rockets against him. Now it's time for the final mission of the game. We have done it. We have finally made it to the final boss of the game. Hold on to your gravitational pants and be rad, to go. Now this part was a bit tricky dicky. Definitely took me a few tries. You gotta control where you go by firing your gun. You fire it to the left, it'll push you to the left. You fire right, it'll stop your momentum. But the goal is to play the game. Stop hitting yourself with the spaceship. Use his rockets against him, and win the game. Congratulations to Rad Gravity on defeating the game. He takes off in a spaceship to Rad lands away. People of Korg, I was sent to reactivate the lost CompuMines of the United Planets. Unfortunately, I succeeded. It was the lost CompuMine Kakos that was evil, and not the wizard Agathos. The CompuMines had planned to take over the United Planets before Agathos deactivated them, and now Kakos was trying again. In a final battle, I destroyed Kakos. We are safe at last.
Farewell till we meet again.
And that was Rad Gravity. A pretty solid game, and its ups and its downs. Anyways, thank you for watching, and have a good one.